So this is actually, I mean, this is a form of therapy called CBT, to be extremely specific with you, cognitive behavioral therapy. It's they use it mainly with depression patients, but I find it extremely useful for pickup, where you're putting yourself in situations in which you have to deal with good and bad. What is self-esteem? So I label it as the awareness of self. It's the idea that, unlike animals, human beings have an ability to both not only project into the past and future, but also project an identity, a set of values, belief systems that we feel we should be living by. So it's a view of oneself in a way that that is congruent and makes you happy, is going to build self-esteem, or a view that's incongruent, that a view that creates that incongruence between reality, what's actually happening, versus what you're seeing, lowers your self-esteem, creates it more difficult for you to do stuff. Any game is built by having a very congruent and flexible set of rules, values, and standards for yourself, as well as a good internal dialogue. And it's important that you realize that you have a critic. It's the voice that tells you that nothing is good enough. And it's you know, you're not the best, you're nothing. He reads your friends' minds, he reads the situation. You know, when you're like, oh, I'm going to go over there and she's going to blow me out. He's like, he projects into the future and tells you how things are going to go, when obviously you can't know that. The thing that's really amazing to me is that it's the idea of this is it's woven deep into the fabric of your mind. It's a crazy idea. You're harder on yourself than you would be on other people. No matter how insane the rants are, we tend to believe it. That's the craziest bit. No matter how insane it is, because it's your own voice inside your head, you believe what it tells you. The best way to handle this, by the way, is to give it a name. I call mine Mr. Perfect, because my whole critic's job is about trying to make me perfect. You know, that's one of the things about pickup, is you always want to be really good. You always want to have the perfect response. There is this, for me anyway, I always want to be perfect. And it's way too rigid a set of guidelines. No one is perfect.